Hey everyone, this is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, author, and host of the podcast Soul Studio for Your Career. I'm so excited to be here with you on day 3 of the Priestess Novena. If this is your first time connecting with my work, welcome. I'm so excited to connect with you. The work that I do as a spiritual career coach is to help others to align with their soul's guidance and be led from within to evolve an existing career, or if you're in between careers, or even if you're retired, just to help you share your soul's medicine with the world. So welcome to day 3, everyone. And I see Donna, Lorenza, Jill. I know many of you are also watching the recording. So yesterday we ended up doing, well, there was a lot that unfolded, but I know one of the focus points was the root chakra, and I didn't plan that ahead of time, but as I've been preparing and meditating and just kind of taking care of myself today to be present here with you, it really came through that, we're going to be journeying through the chakras in this 9-day journey, which makes sense. So today I really feel a lot as we ascend, move up to the sacral chakra. So I know we will be receiving a healing, deep healing and activation for that. Hello, Annette. So I want to share that today's overlighting mentor is Ganesh. Woohoo! So we have Ganesh as infinite abundance is the message. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Ganesh comes in that, with that elephant head. And so love Ganesh's energy of removing obstacles, but also, and as this happens, bringing this beautiful, oh good, Ileana, sorry, and Jan, this beautiful medicine of joy, right? And lightheartedness, even though he brings this such a powerful medicine to clear obstacles. So we have Ganesh as the overlighting mentor. So as soon as I turned that card over, I was like, okay, sacral chakra and Ganesh, this is perfect, right? We're gonna release as we step into, as we get ready, right? We're walking towards the halfway point of 2020. Like really, that's so amazing, right? We're walking towards the halfway point of 2020. And as we gather together for this novena, the theme of it being sovereignty and grace. And so far, I've felt, of course, grace is essential and important. And I didn't put the card back from yesterday's Sweet Paradox of Empowering Grace. This was one of the cards that we got yesterday, which I love. So I know grace that is supporting us, and I feel like there's going to be more downloaded about grace coming in these, maybe today, but in the next coming days. But sovereignty has been really loud. And today it was like all about addictions. And addictions have many levels. So mostly people think of addictions to substances or addictions to food even, which those are present as well. And this is going deeper, right? To our addictions to suffering, to our addictions to worrying, to our addictions to overdoing, to our addictions to sabotaging ourselves, our addictions to just old patterns that do not serve us anymore. And hello, Leticia. And knowing that those addictions are often harder, even harder than substance addictions, because many of those addictions are socially acceptable. Like it, not only socially acceptable, but it can feel like a smart thing to do, right? To be worried can feel like, of course, that's a adult response. Being worried, that means you're responsible. Or overworking, that can seem like, oh my gosh, you're such a great person. You work so much, you work so hard. So not that this is a journey of becoming lazy or not sharing your gifts. You know that is not what I mean. However, on this journey of sovereignty, there is absolutely a need to release old patterns of overdoing so that you can step into your creative space, right? And patterns of worrying, like letting go of that pattern, which is so toxic. Now, please know, when you release worry, it doesn't mean that you just have your head in the sand or you're just like, okay, I'm just not going to think about stuff. No, it's when you release worry, it's because you're stepping into your wisdom and you're discerning from within the action steps you're meant to take, or when you're meant to just kind of step back. Like, we're being led from within. It takes actually a lot more courage and strength to release worry than to be in worry. As toxic as worry is, it's easy to worry. I mean, really, it's easy in the sense that it's familiar and in some uncomfortable way comfortable. And we can be surrounded by other people that are worrying, so we can bond around worrying. It's way more revolutionary and radical and divine and wise and bold and courageous to say, I want to release this toxicity of worry so that I can step into that energy of sovereignty and access divine solutions, access divine guidance, and know what I'm meant to share in 2020, the second half and beyond, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I don't mean that we're dismissive of the world or that we're not aware. So let's go ahead and just do a simple meditation as we begin, as we get ready to kind of set the space, and just taking some nice breaths. Hello, Kathleen. And as we take these breaths, let's go ahead and do our mudra of presence, right? I am present. I am here. Let's do that again. I am present. I am here. And one more time. I am present. I am here. And relaxing your hands, just bringing your awareness down to your pelvis and your hips. Really consciously do that. Like, really, like, bring your awareness down to your hips and pelvis. If you need to touch those parts of your body to bring your awareness there, do that. Like, really bringing that awareness there. And many of you here might be very open up here, right? Like, that's, and so which is important. And as we do all of these, as we sit in the center of the infinity point, we are absolutely expanding our crown chakras, expanding these upper centers. But as I've said over and over and over, that really does not help our personal life or the world if we don't also expand our roots and our lower chakras so that we can anchor that light into our lives and into the world. So really bringing that awareness down, then going down your legs to your knees, ankles, and feet. And remember Kali Ma yesterday, she had her hands on our root chakra, right? And she was like infusing and activating that root center to allow us to ground more deeply, to feel safe. And if this is your first time in the novena, I shared that the 3 overlighting mentors for the 9-day journey was Kali Ma, right? And she was all about release what does not serve you. Release it, release it, release it. She comes with her many arms and her swords. And so her activating our root chakra, it's like release. Please don't be surprised if you, in the coming days, as we do this 9-day novena, if things get triggered from the past for you around not feeling safe or not feeling supported or not feeling in community or feeling lack or scarcity, it's not that you're going backwards. It's just that often, just like when you do any sort of cleanse, the initial days can be somewhat uncomfortable, right? As your body's releasing toxins. I know that happened to me this morning where I just was flooded with these feelings that I was like, why am I feeling this? I haven't felt this in such a long time. And my brain, of course, wanted to start attaching to it and creating a story around it. And I really paused and was like, okay, just asking my soul, asking the divine. And I heard very clearly, like, don't attach to it. It's just being released. It's purging out of your system. Don't attach a story to it. Don't attach thoughts to it. Just let it, just be aware of the sensation and let it flow. And then it did, so I want to name that as we're in this 9-day journey. That's why these journeys are so courageous, because they are so powerful and transformative. And part of that is a detox, a purge, a cleanse. So during this 9-day journey, some things may be coming up, but it's way better that they come up in this sacred container, because they can come up and be released as opposed to spread over a decade or the rest of our lives. Like, I don't want that. Like, I'm just like, okay, so we're in this together. So those roots right? Stronger and more empowered. Really start to feel that as they go down into the center of the earth, the heart of Mother Earth. And welcoming any crystals that show up today. And I'm feeling lots of dark stones today, like smoky quartz and hematite and obsidian and black tourmaline. Maybe that's why I was drawn to wear black today. And so those grounding stones, those stones of transmutation, of grounding, of anchoring, we receive their medicine, and then we extend our roots and connect them with each other. So everyone, all of you who are here live, just letting the roots connect with each other, and all of you who are watching the recording, right? Because energy transcends space and time. So connecting our roots together, creating a network of roots. As we do that, we are still keeping our boundaries. We are still here in our space. However, as we connect our roots, we are creating this expansive container so that we can release more and receive more. So as we have, it's like a safety net as well, right? That's what I've just heard too. It's like we're creating this safety net as well for ourselves. So as we breathe in all of that beautiful energy from Mother Earth, from all of our medicine gathered together, from the crystals and stones, from the tree roots, knowing that the earth is blessed as we connect with her in this way, we receive all of that energy moving up through the bottoms of your feet, up through your knees, up to your pelvis, and moving up to your navel, which we're going to focus on a lot today. The sacral chakra, chakra number 2. If you don't know anything about chakras or very little about them, that is fine. This isn't a class on chakras. It just happens to be that during this journey, I received a guidance this morning. Didn't know that we're going to be really part of this 9-day journey is going to be an activation, empowerment of our energy centers. I mean, I knew that to an extent. I just didn't know we were going to go through all the chakras, so that we can hold more light, hold more space for our own process and for the pain and growing pains of the world. So space, right? So it's not about, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna have to carry so much on my shoulders. It's like the opposite of that. So at your sacral chakra, around your navel already, I just welcome this beautiful orange light, beautiful orange energy that's starting to warm up your sacral chakra, this center whose the element of water is so connected to this space. So for now, just seeing a beautiful orange color there as it starts to warm up and starts to prepare, it starts to release. So we'll let that happen as we continue moving up the slide of the earth, moving up your back, the back of your neck, up to the crown of your head, and cascading down into your heart center as we bring our hands there. Hello, Cindy. And with your hands in your heart, welcome your beautiful soul here. Of course, we know your soul is always with you, but there's something very special and powerful when we consciously, when we explicitly affirm, I'm open to your guidance, so I'm open to your wisdom. And as you do this, I invite you to call on all of your divine teachers and beings of love that you connect to, your guardian angels, the archangels, any divine ascended masters that are supporting and helping you on your path. And of course, we know our 3 overlighting mentors, Kalima and Hestia and Our Lady of Guadalupe, are here in this container. And we know also, Mary Magdalene from yesterday, she's still very present with her medicine of the teacher. And yeah, she actually wants me to say this. So what's coming through Mary Magdalene, she's just reminding you that you came here to teach what you have healed. and what you're working on healing. So that's something that woke me up in the middle of the night, that message of like so for those of you who perhaps don't consider yourselves teachers, or feel like maybe that part is done, or what could you be teaching now, or there's a very clear message from Mary Magdalene that whatever you have worked on, especially whatever you worked on for years, that thing that you feel like, oh my gosh, I have been working through this for so long, I have done so much healing on this, and there's another layer. That's the thing that you're here to teach about. And everybody will teach differently. It might be by your life, it might be by your energy, by your prayers, it might be like this, like classes or writings that you do, or artwork that you do, conversations that you have. But that was her very strong message. And in fact, she told me that for the fall retreat, that's what's going to be the theme. Teaching what you're healing. So anyway, so she is here. We welcome her into this space with that beautiful message. And of course, beautiful Ganesh, remover of obstacles. We welcome his joy and his bliss as he removes obstacles. We welcome his mentorship, that he teaches how to do that he teaches that it doesn't always have to be, or maybe even ever need to be, painful and drudgery to clear obstacles. You know, that he can dance through the path and clear obstacles that way. We welcome that medicine. And of course, we welcome beautiful divine here. God, Goddess, Source, Universe, whatever you call that beautiful energy that loves us all unconditionally, and that really isn't outside of us, is within us. So I just call on this beautiful circle. You have an individual circle around you, but then we have this vast circle around our group, those of you who are here live and those of you watching the recording, with this golden magenta turquoise blue light today that is surrounding our space, blessing it, so that healing can happen that transcends our logical understanding. So this doesn't mean, it's interesting because I'm getting two messages at the same time. On the one hand, we know there's no shortcuts, right? We know that if there's something we're meant to heal and look at, our soul is not going to rob us of that opportunity. Like, we're going to have to look at that. And grace, this is where grace comes in. Grace comes in with this medicine and energy that can, it's almost like a quick, efficient quantum leap that lets us be in that space, in that process where we're looking at this wound or this pattern with much more space, with much more grace. In fact, I love the definition of grace as sacred space, right? As a space. And we can get through it faster. So it's that divine paradox. On the one hand, you can't skip your lessons. On the other hand, with grace, we can get through them with much more ease and grace and flow. So we're welcoming that energy here. So we step into ceremony together. Thank you. So in this space, we go back to the sacral chakra before we enter the infinity point. And I'm just going to tune in because there's a lot. Every time I try to connect with it, there's a lot. So just bring your awareness to your sacral chakra. If you don't know where that is right around your navel, that energy center there. A chakra you can visualize as an energy vortex. That helps you to do that. Sacral chakra, all about emotional flow, creativity, healed sensuality and sexuality. All of that, and all of that overlaps, right? So we are, and this is like the womb, right? The womb where our creations, yes, it's a womb where physical babies can grow, but it's in this space right now, it's the womb for your own creations, your own rebirth. So as you connect with the womb, right now what's coming, actually visualize a beautiful soil, like moist, like if you've ever gardened and you see the earth and it looks so healthy, right? It looks so like fertile and moist, and like, you know that whatever seed you plant in that soil, oh my gosh, is going to grow and flourish. So that's what I'm visualizing right now. So see that in your womb space, the most fertile, beautiful, healthy soil. And as you connect with that energy of this beautiful soil, this beautiful fertile soil, Our Lady of Guadalupe is actually coming forward. And she's bringing this beautiful healing golden light over the soil. And what she's saying is that with this healing light, she is removing anything from the soil that will get in the way of growth happening. And I'm right now, I see it literally like soil that's being worked on and healed. And what this is burdens around your sacral chakra, burdens around creativity, where you felt like your creativity wasn't allowed or wasn't accepted as it was, burdens around your sexuality, if you have any sort of sexual wounding or trauma, and as a woman, and I know not everybody here watching this are females, and I absolutely know men also experience sexual trauma, but it's, even if it hasn't been experienced personally, just being in this world where it happens so much, we can feel that. So any wounding around your emotions, around feeling like it's not safe for you to cry or show emotion or be authentic with your emotions. So all of those, so Our Lady of Guadalupe is stepping forward, and she's just bringing this healing golden light on this soil. So she's asking you to visualize this beautiful soil, and she is there beaming it with this golden light. And as that happens, just stuff is getting removed, just anything that does not, she's just saying anything that will get in the way of life growing here. And she's removing that, and the soil is suddenly like you hear all this movement happening underneath the surface of the soil. So there's all this, you can tell that there's all this life, even if you don't see anything yet. So in this place, and I know many of you have done this with me before through just many teachings or classes that I've had, and here we are again in this place to receive a seed from your own soul and from the divine. And this is a seed that is very particular to the second half of 2020. And it might be a seed connected to a seed you've been nurturing already, or it might be a whole new seed. But I see Our Lady of Guadalupe, and it was so interesting. If you don't know, I do have her here. I'm seeing her in all these different places, but it would require me to stand. But if you don't know what she looks like, you can Google it and you'll see. But she has this cloak of stars. And it's like she was standing there, and out of her cloak where the stars were, she'd like plucked one out, and it was like this golden seed. So she's taking this golden seed on this rich, fertile soil of your womb. And she's like looking at the soil, and she's so happy about how the soil is, and she's putting it there to let yourself receive that beautiful seed from Our Lady of Guadalupe there in that soil in your womb space. And know that spirit and our soul, the divine, talks to us in imagery and in symbolism. So if your logical mind's like, wait, how can I have, just let your logical mind do whatever it needs to do, but just allow this to unfold. And she puts the seed in there, she pets some soil on it, just like when you plant a real seed. And she just adds a little more golden light. And she reminds you of her message, right? Am I not here who am your mother? So the card that we picked for the 9 days, it was, Empress of Protection. So she's saying, I am here protecting you as you take care and nurture and grow this seed. Like she is here protecting all of you, all of us. So she's saying, like, call on her in particular around whatever you're trying to nurture and grow. So now in that space, as we get ready to sit in the infinity point, And I'm hearing that there's going to be a lot of healing that happens during these 9 minutes of our sacral chakra, of our womb space. It doesn't mean you necessarily will feel anything there, but just so you know, be open to that, and be open to these 9 minutes perhaps receiving more guidance about the seed, or maybe the guidance will come in words or feelings or images, or and it's okay if nothing comes, so no forcing it, you know, like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. No, just like, but just be curious, because if you don't receive the guidance consciously right now, because you are receiving it, but if it doesn't come to your awareness, it will come at exactly the right time. All right, so let's go ahead and get our candle. Now, I didn't, my candle's already lit, because I forgot to turn it off, and if I turned it off right before we started, then it'd be hard to light. So look at all that I've been all the resistance I've been burning through. It's interesting because last time I wrote words on the candle, and this time I haven't been guided so far to do that, but I have been guided to just notice, right? Because there's that line, right? As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. So I like seeing this, like, okay, melting more resistance. So get your candle ready. It's funny, I see Greg saying, Greg Mitchie's watching. That's my husband, Greg, but I don't think he's actually watching, so that's interesting. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but I just see that there. All right, so have your candle ready, and let me actually remind you, or in case this is your first time, that what we're doing is we're envisioning ourselves sitting right on the infinity point. So we're visualize an infinity symbol underneath you, and we're right, our center is right at that point, right, that infinity point. So, and then you hold the candle as we say our prayer invocation together, right? So as this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days to clear lifetimes of fear. As I give, I receive. As I heal, I am healed. Doors open, I walk through. I am ready for the new. Abundance comes with ease and grace, for I have finally found my place. All right. Wow, this got livelier as we were saying that. All right, so I'm going to put this here. And so get comfortable. As I get the timer ready. All right, so sacred and beautiful. I'm grateful that we get to sit together for 9 minutes, everyone, and however it is, whether it goes fast or slow or anywhere in between, is perfect. All right, so let's get started. Begin. just start to take some nice breaths and some nice stretches. If you have some water, you can drink some water. I'm going to drink some water. And I'll just burn a little bit of sage so we all get back. Felt a lot in my lower body again. If you want to share anything in the comments about how the 9-minute journey was for you today, please feel free to do so. I know for me was a lot came with water. It's like water, and then like young parts of me that I was aware of. Not that there's anything that I'm sad about necessarily right now, but just how many young parts of me were just kind of shamed for crying or being too sensitive, or so I just felt all these little parts inside of me that just want to have freedom to cry. It was just like and so there was just that was coming up a lot for me and some other things. But so let's get ready to just pull some cards, and I just want to share a couple of things. One is this Tuesday I'm doing the Align with Your Future Self workshop. It's a 2-hour over Zoom. I'm so excited about it, and really 2 hours of being in that quantum field, that space that's both transcendent and also very practical, right? That marriage of the divine feminine and divine masculine, so that you can receive guidance about what you're birthing this next half of the year. Jill, so expansive, like eternity. Yes, so much sacral chakra healing. Yeah, Kali Ma was doing an amazing healing on me. Let me see if I can read more. Nope, I can't, but there was more. Yes, I felt that too, Jill, and I felt Ganesh at some point where my parts were, I was feeling my parts that were just like, there was like crying release, and Ganesh kind of showed up like dancing and reminding me of that we can have joy even as we have all of this. Yes, reminded that I'm being supported on this journey. That is so important, Judy. It's like really amazing how we need those reminders and those validations, and I love that you received that. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Jill, for sharing that. So let's go ahead and see what so anyway, workshop Tuesday over Zoom. There's still time to register if you want to do that. It will be recorded, so it's from 10 to 12, so if you can't attend live, you will receive the recording. And even if you do attend live, you'll receive the recording, so that all the journal prompts, the exercises, everything that we do, the meditations, you can access them again and again. I'd love to see you. Judy, I should continue to letting things go. Yes. Yep. Jill, Ganesh was joyfully clearing space. Yes, I love that. Jan, not always easy to stay with this, but good. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Jan. Yes. I have to admit, there's one little part that's always like, I'm all in it. And then there's a part that's like, what if we forgot to turn on the timer? Like, so I have this like nightmare scenario in my head plays out of like, we'll be sitting here for 30 minutes, which I guess would not be bad. So Donna, healing in sacral chakra through the root. Yeah, oh, beautiful. I love that. Planting seeds, Kathleen says, planting seeds of soft compassion and forgiveness and gratitude. Love that. Thank you, Kathleen. I love that soft compassion. All right, what are we being guided to surrender? Let's see here. Okie dokie, surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. And another name for obsessing is worrying, right? Doing so will help bring your clarity or even solve the problem. All right, so if there's any obsessive worrying and churning in your brain, we're going to turn it over. And because we're doing this together, it's going to be easier to do that. Right, so we're gonna do that, and then let's do the soul coaching card. Let's see what that is. Voyage. I feel like I get the same 5 cards from this deck. Voyage. I am safe and loved no matter where I am. And this is all about taking a spiritual voyage. You are safe. You are loved. You are supported. Whatever amazing adventure voyages you're taking, and I know right now maybe it might not be like literal voyages, but boy, are we all on a lot of internal voyages. I know, right? So here we go, voyage. And then finally, another card from the Earth Warriors deck, and then we'll be done. And I kept the empowering, the grace out. The guide said to keep that one out because that one's with us the whole 9 days. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to read this. Estanatlehi, turquoise changing woman. Oh my gosh, I think, is that a hummingbird too? Okay, so I'll turn it over. Look at this. Turquoise changing woman. This is number 2 from the Earth Warriors deck. So let's see this. I love, 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 love this image. I love this deck. Okay, so let's see where I'm guided. So take that in. Let's see. All right, here we go. Change is upon you. It is essential for your continued growth, and you do not need to fear it. As you allow for this change, remain steadfast in your spiritual connection. This gives you courage, trust, peace, and reassurance, and you will find ways to navigate the shift so that your life improves through the process. If you are thinking of making a change, you are encouraged to do so without trying to force it. Be open and do your part to the best of your ability, but also tune into your sense of divine timing, asking the universe for help and allowing life to unfold according to its own rhythm of creative, loving intelligence, which is so perfect for sacral chakra, right? Because sacral chakra is like creative, it's not stagnant, is we're absolutely taking action, but it's flow. It's also not forcing or rushing through it because we're afraid we're not going to finish. Jill's saying, I just painted my healing room turquoise. I know, I love that. Wow, I just got surrounded very perfect. Hey, Lena. All right, so let me see if there's anything else. I just want to read this. That it says, turquoise changing woman is also known as the conqueror of monsters and the bringer of blessings, especially when we feel that we are under attack or lack something that we need. So let me read that again. Turquoise changing woman is also known as the conqueror of monsters and the bringer of blessings. Now, monsters can be, right, whatever negativity is, especially when we feel that we are under attack or lacking something we need. All right, perfect. So she is the bringer of blessings. She has a lot of Kalima energy, actually, too. All right, thank you, everyone. Look at her, so beautiful. I will see you tomorrow. We'll be back here at 3 again. And, have a wonderful rest of your day. Drink water, take good care of yourselves, take a walk. Yes, Jill, definitely. Turquoise changing, conqueror of monsters. I love that. And I know yesterday Jan asked that question, or something you commented on, Jan brought up the whole like divine success. What does divine success looks like for us, right? And so be with that stay with that connection of divine, that question of divine success, but also and also as you're thinking of that, thank you, Lisa, think of that fertile soil that Our Lady of Guadalupe, kind of prepared for you, for that seed, knowing how protected you are, because that was turquoise changing woman, right? She is like here as a warrior. Change is upon you, she said. So we're not going to resist the change. It's going to be change that brings so much healing and transformation. And, she's saying, and be in the flow with that. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.